The relationship between the US and Ukrainian presidents has become more fractured after Donald Trump launched a stunning attack on Volodymyr Zelenskyy, calling him a dictator without elections. A day after blaming Ukraine for starting the war with Russia, Mr. Trump is doubling down. He's complained the US has spent billions of dollars to aid Ukraine's war effort, but will get nothing back. Mr. Trump has also hit out at President Zelensky's approval rating as the conflict rages on.
A dictator without elections. Zelenskyy better move fast or he's not going to have a country left. Got to move fast because that war is going in the wrong direction. In the meantime, we're successfully negotiating an end to the war with Russia, something I'll admit that only Trump is going to be able to do in the Trump administration. We're going to be able to do it. I think Putin even admitted that. I love Ukraine, but Zelenskyy has done a terrible job. His country is shattered, and millions of people have unnecessarily died.
Washington and Moscow agreed to work together on a peace deal for Ukraine at their initial talks in Saudi Arabia. Officials from Kyiv and the European Union were not invited. Volodymyr Zelenskyy has stressed the need to work constructively with the United States, but believes Donald Trump is being misled by Moscow.
We have seen this disinformation. We understand that it is coming from Russia. We understand this, and we have evidence that these numbers are being discussed between America and Russia. That is, unfortunately, President Trump, with great respect for him as a leader of the people, which we respect very much, the American people, who constantly support us, unfortunately, lives in this disinformation space.
Next week, the war will enter its fourth year. Ukraine has been under martial law since the invasion. Legally, that means elections are suspended. Many Ukrainians say they feel betrayed by Mr. Trump's willingness to embrace Moscow.
I believe that Trump has simply given up on Ukraine, and that's it. He is not interested in it, only in money.
Trump has changed. He turned the victim into an enemy. They betrayed us. This is the second time they have betrayed Ukraine's interests.
Russia made a series of demands at the talks in Riyadh. US officials say Ukraine will have to make concessions as part of any peace deal, and that may include abandoning its NATO bid and giving up some territory occupied by Russian troops. Vladimir Putin is welcoming the Trump administration's new approach.
The solution to all very acute issues, including the Ukrainian settlement, is that without increasing the level of trust between Russia and the United States, it is impossible to resolve many issues, including the Ukrainian crisis. The goal of this meeting was precisely to increase trust between Russia and the United States. As for the other participants, firstly, Russia has never refused contacts with Europeans. Russia has never refused the negotiation process with Ukraine. Never.
Diplomats continue to work towards bringing an end to the conflict. A US envoy is in Kyiv to discuss American support and is due to meet with Volodymyr Zelenskyy. After an EU leaders summit in Paris, the British Prime Minister and French President are expected to head to Washington next week to discuss the war with Donald Trump. European leaders are stressing the importance of security guarantees for Kyiv as part of any settlement.
Europe and the world now stand at a crossroads. How the war against Ukraine will end affects and shapes security across Europe for generations to come. We take this very, very seriously. Together, the EU and European NATO countries have shown 3 years of strength and unity. Much better and far more than most expected when Russia attacked Ukraine. We will continue to support Ukraine.